Knock, knock. Hi guys, I'm Dr. Abby Waldman, dermatologist from Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. I'm going to share with you the key moisturizing ingredients that your body already makes that are going to drastically improve your skin dryness. Many people don't know that your skin actually makes its own moisturizers. But as you get older, your body just doesn't quite make as many of these, hence cue the dry, crepey skin. If you live in a dry environment with really low humidity, you're basically losing water hand over foot out of your skin. And so even when you're younger, your natural moisturizing factors might not be enough to keep up with that water loss. Also, if you have conditions like eczema, that is going to contribute to dry skin. So I'm going to share with you 3 different natural moisturizers that your body makes that you can add back into your skincare routine. And make sure to watch till the end because the last one may surprise you. So the first on the list is not going to surprise you. It's pretty much everywhere. Everywhere you look, your moisturizers has this ingredient. It is hyaluronic acid. You've heard of it, but if you don't understand how it works in the skin to act as a moisturizer, then you may actually not be getting the benefits that you think. So hyaluronic acid, this is the one that I use from The Ordinary. It acts as a humectant. What is a humectant? It pulls water into the skin. It pulls water towards it. You can think of it like little micro sponges that are in your skin and they're pulling water to make it look moist and plump. It can also decrease inflammation, especially that related to DNA damage from UV, from the sun. But as we get older, we just don't keep up with that production of hyaluronic acid like we did when we were younger. So the skin becomes drier. But did you know that it is possible to be using hyaluronic acid wrong? So the key to using hyaluronic acid is you want to make sure that it has lots of water around it. That's how it's going to work. If you put a sponge out and there's no water, it's just going to sit there. It's not going to do anything. So same with hyaluronic acid. So you want to apply it on damp skin. So either it can be right after washing your face, you can spritz a little water on if your skin has dried, or you can just use a product that has water as its main ingredient. So most serums, the first ingredient is going to be water. So really water is the key. So that hyaluronic acid alone is not going to do the trick. Now, if you live in a dry environment where there's low humidity, basically you are losing water through your epidermis. You are losing water through your skin through evaporation. So even if you're using hyaluronic acid, if you are not filling up with water, staying hydrated, then all the water that goes up to the hyaluronic acid is just going to be evaporated out through the skin. And so you're not going to get that moisturized look that you're looking for. So again, keep your water on hand. Allow it to be like a river that's just flowing to that hyaluronic acid, filling your skin. And then also, if you live in a drier environment or it's just winter time and the humidity is quite low, consider using an occlusive moisturizer. And occlusive moisturizers are typically mineral oil, which this contains mineral oil, or petrolatum like Vaseline or Aquaphor. Those basically create kind of a seal, like a piece of saran wrap almost, that keeps the water from evaporating out of the skin, allowing that hyaluronic acid to do its thing. So my second tip about hyaluronic acid is that with hyaluronic acid, size does matter. Molecular size, that is. So in order to penetrate the skin barrier, it has to be small enough to fit through the door. There are little cracks in the skin that do allow certain molecules to get through. If it is too big, it's not going to get very deep. It's not going to get into that dermis. It's going to kind of sit on the surface. And so you want to find a product that has a combination, usually of low, medium, and high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. It won't always say on the bottle. You can usually kind of Google and it'll generally say low or high molecular weight. Ones that are ultra low molecular weight might actually kind of penetrate too deep into the dermis and are more likely to cause irritation. So again, if you're getting a lot of irritation with your hyaluronic acid, you should look into the size of the molecular weight to see if maybe it's actually too small. Another way to get hyaluronic acid into the skin is by a needle injection. The majority of the fillers that are on the market actually are a cross-linked hyaluronic acid that makes it stay around for a long time and not get broken down too fast by the body. And as the name implies, fillers fill. They usually are used to plump the skin, to decrease the appearance of lines or wrinkles in the skin. So my tip 3 for hyaluronic acid is formulation. The confusing thing about reading labels is that hyaluronic acid is not always on the label as hyaluronic acid. In this case, it is for the barrier renewal complex. However, there's lots of products where the only way you know that there's hyaluronic acid in it is the front, and then looking closely at the ingredients list, you usually see it listed as sodium hyaluronate or sodium acetylated hyaluronic. These are longer acting and more moisturizing than when it's just listed as hyaluronic acid or hydrolyzed hyaluronic acid. So there are lots of other humectants that are either naturally produced by the body as byproducts, including urea and lactate. There are a lot of other commonly used humectants in skincare, including vitamin B5, polyglutamic acid, also called PGA, glycerin, and even honey. If hyaluronic acid doesn't work for you, don't worry, you're not missing out. It may be really sexy in the it girl of humectants right now, but there are tons of others, and probably many of which may be in your moisturizer you're already using. Okay, next up, next key ingredient 2. This moisturizing ingredient doesn't get as much of the spotlight as its friend hyaluronic acid, but it is key to maintaining moisturized skin, and that is ceramides. Ceramides are fats naturally in your skin that are the glue or the cement that hold the skin cells together. They're like the grout that seals the tiles in your shower and keeps the water from leaking out. Without ceramides, no amount of water that you drink, no amount of hyaluronic acid that you put on is going to do anything, because that water is just gonna pour right out of your skin. By maintaining the seal, you're gonna allow the humectants in your moisturizer to do their thing and pull that water into the skin. Ceramides are one of the main ingredients in the skincare company CeraVe, which is why it's in the name, CeraVe. But if you start looking around at a lot of your skin products, you might find that you actually are already using this key ingredient. Here it's in this Medicate eye cream, in this barrier renewal complex by Elta MD, in this serum, and in lots of available moisturizers. So before you run out and try to find something with ceramides, first check to see if it's already in the products that you're using. So the last key ingredients for moisturized skin that your body already makes is, surprise, your own sebum. That's right, the oily substance that you had an abundance of during puberty, during pregnancy, when your hormones changed, when you had an oily forehead and acne. Believe it or not, that stuff actually serves a good purpose. It is your body's natural moisturizer that it makes. It secretes it to give your skin that glowing look. One of the main ingredients in sebum is squalene, but you'll see it in a lot of skincare added as squalane with an A because it's more stable. If as you've aged, you've noticed dull and lackluster skin, you may consider adding this key ingredient, squalane, to your skincare routine to get that glowing look again that you had when you were younger. Again, look at some of your moisturizers you're already using. Oftentimes it is listed here. Again, this preparation vitamin B5 actually is the second ingredient on there. A lot of moisturizers will contain squalane, again, because it is so key to maintaining that moisturized look of the skin. But did you know that squalane can be derived from shark livers? So there are vegan alternatives out there that are plant-derived, but you have to make sure to do your homework and look to see where is your squalane coming from. So let me know if this works for you to decrease dry skin, improve moisture, and get glowing, plump, moisturized skin. I'm Dr. Abby Waldman. Be well.